What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside @Tim Gettys.
Let Tim host.
Tim, Kind of Funny Prom was June 30th. We are in the run-up to it. We are doing crazy things to get ready for a crazy night that was or is or will be crazy. You probably know all about Kind of Funny Prom. You've heard about it. It's too late probably by the time you see this. We decided that in the run-up to Kind of Funny Prom, we would make good on an extra life promise. Rather than us all being a bunch of morons and sit around here and talk about how we're excited for prom and all these other things, we said, we'll focus on prom and finally do the Kinda Honeys GameOverGreggy show. The return. The second annual.
Of the Kinda Honeys. It's not second annual.
Shut up, they don't know that.
Did the other one ever go public? I don't think so. I think that was a Patreon.
Yeah,
exclusive.
This
is the first ever public outing of the Kinda Honeys. So it's an exciting time for everybody.
Exactly.
I didn't get to listen to it.
That does not sound good. That doesn't sound
But I
good.
know that they did not do an intro. So Greg Miller, you're going to need to do, we need to do it for the people.
Well, we wanted to introduce to understand, so they understood what was going on. So wait, they just started talking?
They just started talking.
What a bunch of goons. Have they ever done this before?
They didn't even introduce themselves. There's Genevieve
Saint-Onge Miller. Yeah.
There's Paula Coelho.
There's Gia
Harris. There is Joey Noel on the board.
Over in the Kevin Center.
Yeah.
That was the thing. This one was Kinda Honeys from the ground up. You know,
sometimes four best friends
gathered around this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion and a lot of rosé wine.
And a lot of rosé.
All day.
Yeah, well, anyway, check it out. I hope you enjoy it. And if you did, they also did an episode of MCU in Review. So go check that out on youtube.com/kindafunny of them doing their ranking of the entire MCU. Did they do podcasts within a podcast? You'll have to go check to find out.
Go do it. It was really cute when I heard him singing the songs. That was after a lot more of the champagne.
Bonjour tout le monde.
It's perfect.
No, so yeah, we're getting together again for Kinda Honey podcast number 2. It's been a year and a half since the last one, which is a bit crazy to think that it's been so long.
Yeah,
because it feels like yesterday. We didn't do questions because we thought it would be better to just talk and drink mimosas and have somebody Postmate some more champagne. Because Gia brought shambongs.
I brought shambongs and Jen only brought one bottle.
I know.
Of champagne.
I mean, it's Sunday morning and I was not awake.
Well, we have Joey back there drinking too.
Oh,
so.
hi. Yeah.
Oh, we should do a cheers before we start officially.
Yeah.
Joey,
My glass is very heavy.
we poured the entire bottle.
Joey, come quickly.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay. Also, it's my national holiday today. It's Quebec Day, Saint-Jean-Baptiste. So, bonne Saint-Jean-Baptiste.
Fun
Whatever.
Quebec Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Almost crisis avoided.
We haven't not that drunk yet.
No, we haven't even drunk yet. First sip. So yeah, before we start, because I couldn't think of a topic as interesting as yours, I was just gonna do like a what's been going on since the past year and a half, and where are we at now? Because it's been a long time, and so what's up with you?
Starting with me. Okay, we didn't do any intros. People don't know who we are.
Oh, that's true. I kind of assumed that people knew, but that's true.
I guess that's probably fair. I don't think there's.
Who are you?
My name is Gia. I guess my update is last time I think I was still in grad school.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think you were just about to graduate.
Yeah.
I think I was like, what was it, end of summer, November or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I had just received a job offer in San Francisco.
Oh, that's crazy.
So a year and a half later, I have a new job. I've been there about a month. It's a company called Cora that makes organic women's health products, I think is the way we're branding ourselves, but really it's tampons and pads.
Key messaging on point.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in the like period care world now. You can see my shirt says equality period.
It's a good shirt.
Thank you. So I'm the marketing manager there. I've been there a month. It's a really, really amazing company. I'm never felt more at home in a job.
It's the most Gia company.
Yeah,
it's the perfect job for you.
I couldn't have found a better role. And it's, founded by two, like 30 something people. It's all very young, mostly women. It has a 1-for-1 giving model. So every month of product that you buy, they donate a month of product to girls in Kenya and India.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
so
good.
it's just like a really great mission. I'm really stoked. So that's my main update. I guess I'm also living back in San Francisco. Last time I was still in Philly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of major. Tim and I live together now. I don't think that was a thing.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And it looks like you host the best bachelorette party.
Yeah. Not to be confused with like a bachelorette party, but just a bachelorette hosting viewing party.
To watch The Bachelorette.
Yeah, a party to watch the show The Bachelorette, which is also an integral part of my personal brand.
Gia Harris, wine, true crime, and The Bachelor.
Yeah, wine, true crime, and The Bachelor. I love it. I think you nailed it. But yeah, so that's my update.
Your brand pillars.
Yeah, those are my brand pillars.
What about you?
Who
are you?
my name's Paula Coelho now.
Ooh.
I guess the biggest update is definitely that I got married.
Yeah.
Which you guys are aware because you were there.
We were there.
We were on the dance
and
floor.
I sobbed so hard. People were thinking I was laughing.
Actually, it was like I was when I was walking down the aisle, I heard you laughing you heard you crying.
I
loudly.
was gasping for
you were
air.
Like,
Wow.
And I looked at you and I was literally about to be like, "Are you okay?"
Girl, I on the prize, Paula.
Nothing, but I was like, "Oh my god."
I was gasping for air for some reason. I was fine until I saw you like at my level down
You did
the
look
aisle.
very breathtaking.
Thank you.
And then it just came out of me without any fucking order. And I people turned around thinking I was laughing or like trying to hold it in. You were next to me.
Also crying. My problem is I'd gone to the bar beforehand and had a drink. And I
nice,
realized
though. That's
why
good.
the tears flew very easily. I was like primed to cry.
I
Plus
mean-
Jen was next to me sobbing. So I was like, all right, this is happening.
We wanted people to get drunk. I mean, it's a wedding, so
Yeah.
it's good. I'm glad you guys
Yeah, no, it
got
definitely,
to the
like,
bar beforehand.
Makes
it was
you
a
a little
great wedding.
emotional. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's probably the biggest life update. I don't think I can say what I'm working on right now, but I worked on Infinity Wars since then.
Great
which
movie.
Was
Yeah.
which was really fun, and I feel really lucky I got to do that. Also, I wrote my first novel, so that's something I did in the last year.
Oh, what is that? Is it like a
Now
what?
Kevin's coming out.
Is it like a leotard?
Kevin
flashed
came
us.
out and flashed us.
Did you get that at American Apparel?
No, he went out to buy new undershirts yesterday. He was
So he's showing them off
yeah,
now.
he's showing us his new undershirt.
So it's not like
it's
one
not a
that-
leotard. It's,
okay.
it's a wife beater
I want to
shirt.
see him in a leotard.
I don't.
No, I don't think we need to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much my life update.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I am Jen, the now Miller. No, I don't go by Miller. Though.
Is it? Are you legally Miller?
Legally, yeah, because let's be honest, it looks better for immigration purposes.
Oh, you have such a great last name of origin.
I know
though.
I'm still going by Saint Ange because
Yeah.
that's like what my entire career is built on. So I can't really.
I do still use Gallagher at work.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to I felt like it would be really an issue with emails, having to change my email.
I've worked with people who've changed their name in the middle of our working
Yeah.
relationship, and it's really confusing because you're
Oh,
always
man.
sending emails to the wrong person.
But also, I just started my own company, so I can't really change my name because people.
But you started it post.
Yeah,
post name change,
I
right?
know, but I'm still in between of trying to figure out. So my entrance papers are not under Miller yet, but my driver's license is. I need to renew my passport in Canada. Do I make my name change in Canada? Is that going to screw me over for any reservations I have ongoing? I don't want to. So I'm waiting to at least not have any
So-
flights.
If you
Yeah.
change your name legally in the U.S., which you have, does it reflect
I don't know.
internationally? Oh.
I really don't know.
Okay.
I think there's some paperwork I need to file in Canada so that it reflects the fact that my name is officially, from an administrative standpoint, Miller.
Yeah.
But we'll figure that out later. When I try to move Greg to Canada eventually.
And he changes his name to St. Ange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the Iliad comes in, The Handmaid's Tale is a fucking terrifying TV show.
I know, right?
Oh my God. Are you guys caught up?
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
caught up.
not this week. But it's the worst show to start watching in either 2017 or 2000.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
feels very real.
I actually want to. I haven't yet, but I'd like to read the book.
Yeah, me too.
I've heard it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Margaret Atwood, man.
Yeah,
She's
she's
scary.
great.
She's scary. She knows. So yeah, I got married too last year, which was fun, but it was very intimate. We're still thinking about doing a party.
Yeah, we're waiting for our invitation.
It's because, well, since I couldn't work for immigration for like 9 months.
You couldn't travel.
I couldn't travel. So it was very expensive. So we're like kind of waiting it out. And now I just started a company. So we're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting also for that to stabilize. It's been 4 months now. We specialize kind of in video games publishing, but we don't have money, so I call us publishers without money. So we do everything that a publisher does except fund projects, which is really fun, and we focus on indies, which is even better. And it's going well. It's going really well. We launched 5 games now.
Which it was your first E3, like
I know.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh man, I spent it mostly in the Devolver booth because we have a game that's getting like officially published. We're not like officially publishers yet, but it's getting published by Devolver, and it's just such a good game. And what's funny is the person behind it, well, the 2 people behind it I used to work with 10 years ago at Frema, my first like games industry job, and Martin, the producer, used to be my first mentor in the industry. And so when I went up to him this January being like, hey, so I think I'm going to do this. He's like, cool, let's fucking do this. Let's sign and like just let's work together again. So we went full circle because he also left Frema and started his own business. So
that's really exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. That you are crossing paths.
Man.
Yeah.
And we work so well together, and he's just like this really cool punk dad. He's awesome.
There's nothing cooler than a cool dad.
Yeah.
A cool punk dad is even better. So yeah, that's kind of my life update. Still waiting on that green card. It's taking fucking forever.
But at least you can work.
Yeah, I got my temporary work permit that expires in December.
Oh no.
But I can renew
shut
it.
down. Shut down business, close the doors.
It's okay. So yeah, that's my life update.
Cool.
Great.
Well, congrats.
Thanks. Do you want to transition? How do we start your topics? I took the...
You take the quiz?
I took the
start.
quiz.
Great.
Okay.
I was like, are they going to use
me
my
pull up my
contact
results.
info? Like, because they ask for your name and email.
Oh, they send you your results. Well, actually, let me give context, and then I can answer your questions. Okay. So my mom is a couples therapist. Well, she's been...
she's great. I love her.
Yeah,
she's my friend. She speaks French to me.
She speaks French. She's lived in France for a while. And growing up, she was a therapist, family and marriage counselor, and she's transitioned mostly to couples because that's really where the money is. You can charge double.
Smart.
But also she's very into helping couples sort of solve their differences and figuring out different attachment styles. And she's always handing me books or outlining theories to me, and most of them like regarding sort of how people deal with relationships, deal with conflict, different communication styles. And so often I'm like, this is a crock of shit. Or it's just you're slapping on a theory to something that's just human nature. And but there's this one that it's pretty popular now called The Love Languages. And it was originated from a book by Gary Chapman. I think probably like 30 years ago. But I think it's having a resurgence, or at least it's coming up in my circles a lot more. But you can go online and just search love languages and you can take a quiz. And so there are 5 key love languages. And the idea is that most people operate with one primary one and then a secondary one. And the quiz that you take asks you questions about how you like others to show you love. And the idea being that there's 5 major categories, and you may want people to show you love in a given category. Let's say one of them is physical affection. So the way that you perceive love strongest is when someone hugs you or kisses you or you hold hands or you sit closely together on the couch. But you may end up with a partner or a friend or a family member even who has a different love language. And so they're showing you what they think is all this affection, but you're feeling neglected because you're not speaking the same language. And so it's sort of this interesting conflict that can arise or tension can arise between... you're both trying to demonstrate love in different ways.
But you're not in the same lane.
You're not in the same lane. And so there are 5 languages: physical affection, words of affirmation, which is saying you love someone, saying thank you, saying you're proud of someone. There's quality time, which is pretty self-explanatory. There's gifts, which also should be self-explanatory. And then there is...
Hold on, I had it. It's acts of service.
Acts of service, which is funny that I forgot that one because that's my primary one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and so acts of service is where you do nice things for someone else. You get their car washed for them, you do their laundry for them, you pick up dinner when they've had a long day. And that's definitely how I show, like that's my primary one. That's how I like to be shown love and affection, and that's certainly how I show it. But I'm curious, so you guys took the quiz last night.
Sure did.
So tell me your primary one and your secondary one, and then let's...
Cool. So it's like a 12 points maximum top category.
Yeah.
I scored 11 in quality time.
Okay.
And let me tell you about quality time. I think Greg and I are so busy, and I've always been like a super busy workaholic. And so completely logging off and going somewhere and spending time together, like completely devoted and focused, to me, that's like a huge, like not a personal reset, but like a really deep emotional reset that I need.
I have a theory too,
Oh,
which is, I don't think based in this book or this theory at all, but these theories are meant to be broken. But I think it's often different partners bring out different love languages in you. And it's often things that you're probably lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
So quality time, for example, it feels like such a scarcity for you. Because I certainly feel that. I'm sure we all feel that being busy and having busy partners. And I should have had Greg and Kevin and Tim take the quiz as well.
I
That would
think
be a
we should
really
do it and
compelling.
compare.
Yeah.
But like one of the most cherished memories I have with you is when we went hiking like last year.
It was like 13 hours.
Oh my God. We kind of fucked up in terms of the loop we were supposed to do.
Well, there was Poison Oak on like the shortcut. So we were like, oh, screw it. It ended up being like 6 miles longer. Or
Oh
something.
my God.
I was dead. I couldn't walk straight the next day. But
Yeah, it was
I
bad.
really enjoyed it.
Quality time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially with Greg and I's super busy schedules and we travel so much, right? It's important that we just take the time to spend time together. And even if it's just at home, you know, not even going somewhere. Although, time for a shameless plug. I found this amazing glamping place in Mendocino. Like, I don't know if I said that right.
Mendocino.
Okay.
Yeah.
So arbitrary. It's like Merced Park.
Totally.
Why don't you say anyway?
Merkhead.
Or Merched.
What is glamping exactly?
Glamping is like glamorous camping. So it looks amazing. I'll show you their Instagram account. That's how I found it. Because there's this influencer in San Francisco. Anyway, she went there and it's like amazingly Instagram ready. You would fucking love that place.
I probably would.
It's like all white with a giant, it's like a platform. And then there's not a camping tent on it, but more like a cute, let's have fun sex in camp, whatever tent. And it's all white and there's like little accents, little boho accents everywhere. It's beautiful. And it's
So
by
it's
the
like that
coast.
Like you're almost in nature, but you're still really comfortable.
Exactly. Like
you can pick and choose.
Fucking gentrifying camping. But it looks really cute. And that's my ideal idea right now of going away. It's a 3-hour drive from here.
So you're remote. You don't have cell service probably.
There's no cell service, and you can just hang out by the ocean and have really fun sex in a boho tent. Anyway, that's like we talked about it recently, not the fun sex in a boho tent, but like just driving up there.
Yeah, because the car ride, I mean, I feel like, I always say this, but like Tim and I fell in love on a long drive.
Yeah.
Like we just talked for 7 hours driving to visit my best friend. They never met. And it was just like, that's how we fell in love, was just talking.
Because it's like such a pure
isolated
interaction,
Yeah.
and you can really feel.
There's
who
no
the person is.
distractions other than the 5.
Yeah.
And so quality time. I'm excited for that.
So what's your secondary?
It is physical touch with 8 points.
So you scored really high on both of those.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it just drops to words of affirmation is 6, and then acts of service 4, and then 1 for receiving gifts.
I had 0 on receiving gifts.
I'm like, ooh, like all the questions I was like, I would feel like I don't know, guilting my partner into.
Well, you know, when I first heard of the 5, that seemed
you
like
get gifts a lot. I don't want to criticize you if you like getting gifts.
Let's hear yours and then we can talk about it. Yeah.
Kevin does like completely spoil me.
So he's like a 12. He's a 12 on gifts.
That would
I
be
don't
how
know if that would be Kevin's. I think he just. I mean giving gifts is not mine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I appreciate it, but I didn't feel like it was like the most important.
Maybe he
thing.
assumes that it's yours.
So I have to say, sorry to interrupt, but no, when I first read those 5, I thought that the gift one, I like couldn't believe that anyone would score high on that one.
It's just the way they position the question.
But then I was thinking about one of my closest friends, Missy, who is not affectionate in a lot of the like other categories, but she is an excellent gift giver. But she's DIY. She hand makes everything. It's very thoughtful. And it's very personalized. Yeah. And I realized like it's not a shallow or, you know, or like sort of greedy category at all. It's just, it's a different language that like isn't our language. So it feels weird.
Because I guess our go-to immediate thought is, oh, it's like jewelry. Or
you're just like, you have a sugar daddy of some kind or something.
I think also like maybe it tells you a lot about your partner if they're giving you a gift that's like, what? Why do you think I'd want this?
Yeah.
Like regardless of whether it costs money or not, like
no,
but
it's
like or if it's something that you're like, oh wow, this is awesome, this is exactly what I wanted, or I never would have bought this for myself.
You're listening to me, or you know me better than I know myself.
Or
like, those are the best.
Or you clearly spent time picking something out for me. Like,
or you made me this amazing macaroni bracelet.
That's cute too. Okay, wait, Paula, what are yours?
So I almost tied exactly on words of affirmation and acts of service.
You are dating or married to the right person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, although I would guess that Kevin's probably top one is physical touch because he's like the most PDA person I've ever met. Ever.
I want him to take the test now. We should do that instead of playing Fortnite. Yeah.
Should we, Joy, could you handle sending
I doubt Kevin's going to take that.
It's a 5 language.
5 love languages. Okay. No, I mean.
But he's very like, he's very vocal about telling me how he feels about me.
And do you feel like that's just inherently, I mean, I imagine it's sort of inherently who he is, but do you also think he knows that's your love language and that he knows that's what you want?
I think he knows. I think he knows I like it. The thing is with me and Kevin is we're very opposites in that I am the biggest introvert ever, and he is an extrovert.
Yeah.
So like he gets more energy from being around people all the time, and so like I feel like when he's really trying to do something nice for me, it's like probably the acts of affirmation one where he'll be like, "Okay, you've had a really long day and you just want to go home. I'm gonna go get groceries or something like that." Like that to like
he's such a doer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God, he would build you a house.
Yeah,
from
he
scratch.
would. He definitely
I'm surprised he hasn't already, honestly.
I mean, he's built me a cabinet, or no, like a perfume cabinet, shelves.
You have really amazing handmade furniture in your
apartment. I do.
Yeah. He's great. He's awesome.
Yeah. Kevin's made me my apartment some stuff too.
Yeah, that's true.
People come in and they're like, "Oh wow, you guys have these great like pot racks." I'm like, yeah, that was Kevin.
The thing with Kevin is like he's actually extreme. I think there's people that like are talented artistically, and there's people that work really hard to be talented artistically, and I'm definitely the second one. But Kevin's like got that natural.
Yeah. He has really good taste.
He is naturally good at some things that like no one would really know. It's crazy.
He's also like awesome at criticizing outfits.
Ugh, tell me about it.
Wait, what do you mean awesome at criticizing outfits?
He's brutally honest. Like
but he's got
like
good taste though.
He does have good taste.
He does sometimes.
You live with him, so you know better.
Yeah. Well, I think I've got a different style than Kevin's favorite is. Like I'm like a, I don't know, little goth weirdo, and he's like, oh, I like girls in like big heels and stuff, you know, which I wear sometimes too, but. Yeah, he likes the more.
You're always in platforms.
I do wear platforms. Yeah.
Yeah. Does he like the platforms?
The comfy heel.
No, he hates.
He hates the platforms.
Kevin. No, but like when we were talking about prom dresses, he was like, "Oh, you can't wear like attention-grabbing shoes with that dress because it's got like sparkles."
He does know that. Yeah,
and I like that.
Balance the outfit. Yeah,
which I completely changed my dress now.
So. I really liked the original dress. Your new dress is cute, but
I was cuter in person. The angle was weird in the video that we took.
It's cute, but that original one, I almost bought the pink version.
I know,
but they didn't have it in my size.
The problem is I'm gonna tug at it all night because it's super short.
Oh, and you're gonna be wanting to like get down on the dance floor.
I think at this point I've got 3 dresses.
Me too.
I just can't stop. I can't stop.
And none of mine are returnable because they're all they're all vintage. I'm like, well, I guess I have to dress 90s for the rest of my life.
Hey, works for me.
Yeah, that's like, like I can't wait to see yours because it's your era.
It is your era
for me. Yeah,
for sure.
It was when I was born into, I guess, too. So
yeah,
it'll be fun. I can't wait for prom and to see all the best friends there. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It should be good.
Yeah,
we should try to estimate or guesstimate what the results is gonna be for like the love languages thing for Kevin and Greg.
Are they doing it?
They are, but they just started a new Fortnite game.
Yeah.
So
okay, I'm going to text him and tell him to take it as
Kevin's is going to be physical touch.
I think... Yeah, I think Greg could be physical touch or quality time. I think so.
Greg's might be quality time, I
think.
Yeah,
because when we started dating, like we would travel a lot, like to a length to see each other because I was in Montreal and he was in San Francisco. And so he would repeatedly tell me how good of a mental break it was to just come to me and just focus on spending time together. Yeah. So I think we might be a perfect match on that. I say that now. Maybe it's like gifts and I've been fucking up real bad. I'm not a gift giver.
Well, we're going to learn a lot today about whether we're good partners.
Oh man, I gotta get up my gift giving game. Oh.
I feel like you're a gift giver though. At least in the beginning, you used to give Greg a lot of great gifts.
Like a seashell
I
found on the beach.
I mean, I was imagining like all of the Portillo outfits. I think you were giving gifts to Portillo.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I really...
You liked Portillo a lot. I mean, you still do. But
maybe Portillo's love language is gifts.
I worked my way into this relationship through the dog.
Yeah. It's like a man's heart is in his stomach or whatever.
Or the dog.
Or the dog. Yeah.
Portillo's so great.
He's a good dog.
Have you seen
I
those
love
Instagram
him.
stories of us cuddling on the couch yesterday?
Is it the one where you had one hand on Portillo and one hand on Greg?
Oh, man. So, yeah. I love this dog. Anyway.
All right. Well, actually, we should pause on this topic, wait for the guys to get back to us and return.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then go with your topic.
Okay. So my topic is, what's the first R-rated movie you ever saw?
Such a good question.
As like a kid or a teenager or whatever, and how did it affect you? Because like sometimes movies are rated R for like gore. Yeah. Sometimes they're rated R for sex, like for anything.
Profanity
and
at
like,
times.
Yeah. So I feel like it's always a weird experience when you're like a kid or you know a young adult. So that's my question.
Oh man, let me Google it. I think
is it like some French one we've never heard of?
No. I think it's a Tarantino movie.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at least that's like kind of high art.
Yeah.
Mine, I have a very vivid memory of mine.
Oh yeah.
So my dad is like sort of a boho traveler, a hippie guy, and we used to do like sort of father-daughter trips, especially when my sister was really young because we're 7 years apart. So I think I was probably 8, and my mom stayed home with my sister, and my dad and I went on a road trip, and actually we went to Monterey. I guess it wasn't that far, but
I drove to Santa Cruz like a month ago, and it's so fucking far.
It does, yeah.
Because there's nothing.
There's nothing, yeah. So we spent the weekend going to the aquarium and lots of probably family-friendly stuff. But my dad also has questionable judgment about what's appropriate for an 8-year-old. And so we went to go see the movie Wild Things, which is
I don't think
is it with the monsters?
No. It is a very campy thriller with Neve Campbell.
I was just going to ask if she was in it.
And Denise Richards.
Oh.
And there is like a ton of sex, a ton of violence, a very sophisticated like thriller plot line that was hard to follow.
Maybe that's why you're a murderino now.
I'm such a murderino now, totally based on that. And there's a full-on threesome scene in the pool. And I was 8, and my dad would just
You were 8?
Oh my God.
And so my dad had me like close my eyes because at some point he was like, all right.
And he was watching it like,
yeah. And so I literally at 8 years old was just like this, watching the whole thing.
Did he not read the synopsis?
I don't think my parents are so not, there weren't really rules. Like it was very much like, we're going to expose you and see what happens. Yeah. Like, can't fuck you up that bad. And I turned out okay, but I will say that.
No, my parents were the same. So
I don't think my dad even realized that R-rated, that was a thing that mattered when you had an 8-year-old.
No.
I've known parents like that where it's just like,
it's
a movie. It's a movie. Not real.
Right. Right. So anyway, that's my story. I don't know how it affected me, but I have vivid memories and have rewatched the movie many times since. Yeah.
Mine was, and I double checked, Sin City in
2005.
Oh,
nice.
So you were 16?
I was 16.
And you had never seen an R-rated movie before?
No, because...
How do you know her exact age?
Because I know she's a year or two older than me. And I know how old I am.
No, I'm just like impressed that you knew like the date it came out.
It's 2005.
She said,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Cool. That would have been impressive.
So my parents were the way you describe yours, except for some reason my mom was extremely strict on like TV ratings and shit.
Really?
I couldn't watch The Simpsons until I was 13.
It's animated.
I know, but it's like PG-13.
Yeah.
So my mom took that like really seriously. So there's a lot of TV shows I've never seen. And that kind of explains why. And so that movie, I went with a much older guy that I was dating, like inappropriately older. And he drove me there, and I was horrified at the idea of like getting carded, even though I was fine because it's 16.
I've been carded at age 22. I was carded for an R-rated movie, and I'm like, you have to be 16 to not be allowed in this movie.
Yeah,
I was very offended.
And you do look young though. They must have just thought you were
how
like,
strict
really...
are they going to be? Do I really look 16?
Yeah. I like in the way you carry yourself.
No.
Maybe the guy was 16 and he was like,
yeah.
But no, I remember being extremely nervous because it was the first time I was gonna get like carded, and I was okay for it. But like just the idea.
Oh, you were.
I was
enough.
16. I think I was 16.
Yeah.
But like just the idea that showing my card was gonna be a thing, I was like, ugh. And anyway, we drove down into his stupid 80s red Jeep with a wobbly fucking shifter. I hated it.
My dad had a red Jeep growing up. Yeah, I love Jeeps.
Like the
I
tiny
like Jeeps a
ones.
lot.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Sin City, and I loved it. It was such a good movie.
Yeah.
I love
then,
Sin City.
yeah.
It's a good
great
movie.
movie.
Yeah, and then as I aged, I progressively didn't like Quentin Tarantino as much as a person.
Yeah.
He's kind of trash. What's your first era movie?
Well, so I love horror movies, and my mom does too. And I think that once she found out that she finally had someone else in her life to watch them with, all ratings just went out the window.
I will watch them with your mom any day.
My mom is coming to prom, and she's excited to see.
She's my BFF. Just because we get drunk at the same pace.
You do, yeah.
She will do shambongs with us.
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking
yeah.
god.
I mean, she does shots with me. Yeah, she'll
Yeah.
do shambongs.
Let's do shambongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought shambongs.
Yeah.
Jen and I went to Jen's place for a party and noticed she had shambongs, and then immediately ordered a package for me and my sister. So
Not the glass ones.
not the plastic ones. So I
I
could put
should
them
own
in my.
them. But then I don't know. I never drink with just Kevin though. Also,
Also, are
like
you going to do
we're-
shambongs with Kevin?
no.
I got the night we did them at your house. I got so drunk so fast,
'cause
and I
it's
couldn't
just
figure out
like-
why.
Shambong.
You
like, I
do
barely
get
had
drunk really
anything.
fast.
It's like a beer bong for those who don't know, but
Yeah.
champagne.
Yeah, we'll show you. We brought them. We
Oh
just
my
need that
God.
other bottle of champagne to arrive.
Postmates.
Postmates, where are you? Wait, Paula, so finish.
Yeah, so I think the first R-rated horror movie we watched together
That's
was
really-
Pet Sematary.
Also, that's really weird because
Oh.
Greg literally just left to go
Yeah.
get Postmates.
Pet Cemetery was good.
It fucked me up as a kid though.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that why you're a
because
vegetarian now?
I was already a vegetarian by then. I was happy I was a vegetarian when
Yeah.
I was watching
Yeah.
it. I think I became vegetarian at like 11, and I
Yeah.
think I watched the movie at like 13, I want to say. But anyway, it's like it's like an old movie, but the idea is just really freaky.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
For sure.
It's like there's a pet cemetery where kids bury their like dead pets, and beyond that is an Indian burial ground.
So the pets come back alive.
Right.
Yeah, so you bury
Alive.
your pets, but then they start burying people in there, and obviously it gets way
How do
more
pets
demented.
dig graves?
Pets dig.
Dig graves.
No, like they're buried in there, and then they dig themselves out.
I know. I thought you said they bury people.
No, like the main character buries his dead son, who then comes back to life.
Oh, I don't.
So, is that the scaredest you've been in a movie, or have there been movies since then that have scared you more?
I don't know, actually. I think that might be the scaredest I've been.
I feel like this is like not a scary movie at all, but I watched The Bodyguard when I was like 6 years old, which is a romance.
Yeah.
It's a romance with. Thank you.
Is it cold?
All their glasses are empty-ish.
Well, we're still
we're
going
good.
anyway. Yeah.
It's a romance with Whitney Houston and like
Yeah.
Kevin Costner.
Oh.
but
Why
I
were
was
you
sick.
scared of it,
Well,
though?
there's a kidnapping
parts,
plot line.
yeah.
There's like a full because he's their bodyguard.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 6, anything's scary.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying. And then her son really does, not to spoil it for people if you haven't seen it in the past 20 years.
I mean, hey, you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
But her kid gets kidnapped and like when you're 6, that's the scariest thing you can imagine.
That and
Yeah.
being forgotten.
And it
in
was
a shopping
another
mall.
like poor judgment on my parents' part who thought, oh, it's a romance with Whitney Houston. It's totally appropriate for you to watch this. And it was to this day like the scariest I've ever been.
Oh my god, I don't remember. We're talking in a movie theater, right? The scariest.
That one was actually at home.
This one was at home too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Pet Sematary came out before you.
Yeah, it came out before I was born.
What's the scariest?
I do remember though that my mom was more concerned about me watching the Sex and the City movie when it came out than she was about me watching Pet Sematary.
yeah.
Like her being like, there are penises in this movie.
Oh, not dicks. Oh my god.
Get him, 16.
They're gonna come and get you. The scaredest I've been, and like it's a story that my older sister and I like share very deeply.
Yeah.
When I was 6 and she was 9, we walked into my dad watching the old It movie in the living room, and like right at the scene where the kid gets pulled under the sidewalk into the drain. And it is burned into our memories. And I think that's part why I'm so terrified of mascots now. Not terrified, but they make me so deeply uncomfortable.
You don't know what's happening on the inside.
You don't know who's in there. Like it could be you, it could be yourself. You don't know.
That's really deep.
And so for the reminder of our childhood, we would chase each other up and down the stairs, calling out the clown. Like it's a weird fucking thing. And like I would be so good at it. And we always had this dynamic where I would bully my older sister to the point where my mom would encourage her to hit me because I was mean. I was a terrible child. I once pushed her off of I don't know what you call them in English, like in a park, you have modules that you can climb on and
like
play.
A jungle gym,
kind of, yeah. So she had an apple juice, and I really wanted it,
of course.
And so I just shoved her. And it's like,
did she have any broken bones?
No, she was fine. She had a couple bruises. I was a really mean child, including me calling her out on her wetting the bed at 13, like in front of her friends. I was the devil.
Oh my God.
I was the fucking devil.
That's really mean.
That's
way
mean.
meaner than pushing her off.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say it might. Yeah, because when you're 13, that's
you're embarrassed by everything already.
Everything embarrassing. Yeah.
And she was always just like really shy. She would study super hard, have the best grades, like get all those awards at the end of the year. And I was like this dumb kid.
Just like bringing her down
good in school. No, but like I was street smart. No. I was so mean to her. Anyway, I was really good at scaring her into thinking I was the clown from it. And like we had this countryside weekend home that was in my dad's family for years, like a really old fucking house that makes weird sounds at night. And so we would go there on the weekends because my uncle lived there too. Like they shared the space, and there was this really scary kind of dark backyard and a really long staircase to go up to our door. And I would just run behind her and be like, I'm the fucking clown. Anyway.
Is that what you would say? Just, I'm the fucking clown?
No, it's like, I'm the clown, I'm the clown, I'm the clown, and just be really a fucking
So
scary.
you're not even like doing the Pennywise voice?
No.
That's way different than I thought it was going to be.
I was like, wait, what was the script?
But I was like stomping behind her. It was scary. I bet it looked
I'm
scary.
the clown.
Or like, it's the clown. I don't remember. But I can't wait to show her this clip.
Your poor sister.
She's great now. She's a pharmacist and she makes way more money than I do.
Joke's on you, clown.
Yeah, scary movies. I went to see Hereditary. I was telling you guys about.
I saw it last night.
Me too.
Where'd you go?
Okay, yeah.
Alamo.
So we all have seen it. We were just talking about this before it started.
It's not as scary as people make it up to be.
I didn't find it scary at all.
No, like
especially near the end.
While you were watching it?
No.
I'm like, oh.
There was some moments where I was scared, like certainly,
where I was waiting for something to happen, and then it didn't.
Let's not spoil anything, I guess, because it's still out there. But certainly there were moments that I was scared.
For me, I was invested in it because I wanted to know what was going to happen next. But I was like, just because it's interesting, not because it's scary.
It was a really good movie, but I told Kevin this after this. It was so incredibly depressing that I almost, right after it, kind of was like, I kind of wish I could unwatch that just because I feel so shitty right now.
Yeah, no,
like,
for
it's
sure.
Very depressing, but it's good. Like, I acknowledge it's a very good movie.
And Toni Collette is incredible.
Very good.
I mean,
she's so good.
It's one of those. I really think she could win an Oscar or be nominated. I mean, I thought she was so.
So was her son.
Her son was really great.
I don't know his name,
He's
but he
in
was
Jumanji.
Yeah, and he was in.
He's in another
Dude, the one in Netflix.
Isn't he in like 13 Reasons Why?
No, that's not him.
He looks like he could be. He's
looks
that age range.
a little bit like the main character.
What other movie? Like a teenager movie?
His brother was in Paper Towns. So they look really similar, but.
Well, no, because Tim is terrified, and he is locking.
I'm shocked that Tim is so scared.
So he's locking our bedroom door at night, and I was just telling Jen this before we started, but I am a murderino. I love true crime. I am up at night thinking about the book I just read or the documentary I just watched about real things that happened that could plausibly happen.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified, like literally wake up in night sweats. And then we watch this movie that It's pretty implausible. And I don't want to like go too far into it, but I'm like, this is scary to you? Like this could never happen. It's like a compelling story and good acting, but like it's not. Yeah. Like it's not scary.
To me, Greg kind of ruined the whole plot by pointing out that, hey, this is Aunt Lydia. And I was like, she's not going to be a good character. She's definitely going to have terrible motivations because she's a scary actress.
Yeah.
She's so credible. She's got the ability.
Wait, she's the one who's in The Leftovers, that woman?
I don't think I've seen The Leftovers.
Oh.
The Handmaid's Tale.
She's in the Handmaid's Tale. You're right. Yeah, she's always really intense and scary.
So she has the capacity to look so sweet and endearing, and then the second she goes evil.
Well, she looks very credible. Yeah. Don't you feel like you're like, I trust you because you seem like you tell the truth?
She's pretty freaky in The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh man, she's awful.
Yeah.
But that's why when Greg pointed it out, I was like, oh, this can only go one way.
Don't you feel like she's a little bit humanized this season on Handmaid's Tale? Like just a little bit in a way I never thought we'd see.
I've not watched the new season, but I'm excited for that.
Yeah, she's gonna be
because actually I was curious about her the whole first season. I was
There's not enough like. I want more, maybe season 3, but she is really, there's like moments of her just being like, ugh.
But her and Serena are like at a breaking point, I think. They're getting there.
Yeah. Well, Serena is, she also has moments of humanity.
But she has to fucking do something.
She's terrible.
Anyway, it was a great couple last episodes.
Yeah.
So you guys should watch it and feel very depressed about society. Because every time that's what I feel. I'm like,
you kind of have to be in the mood to watch something that depressing.
Yeah. I do feel like once I never want, I mean, it's the thing with anything depressing like that. Like, it's like you never really want to start, but once you watch it, like, you get lulled and you're just like, going.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, as a Canadian, it's so odd to see everybody, like, every culture piece these days romanticize Canada so much.
Oh, yeah. Like, you guys are the Mecca in Handmaid's Tale.
And I'm like, we have our own problems. Sure, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. But, like, Detroit Become Human, it's like, oh, we're going to fucking escape to Canada. And in Logan, let's escape to Canada. And I'm like, oh, it gets really cold, you guys. Like, you're going to die.
It's not all that.
You're going to die. I miss Canada.
And Super Troopers 2, I think
Super Troopers?
Never seen it.
Oh, like, it just came out. They're in Canada in that one too.
Wait, is that the movie in space? No, that's Space Troopers. The one with the bugs.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Joey, what's the movie? Is it Space Troopers?
With the bugs?
It's like a
eight-legged freaks?
Fuck. No, it's like an old 80s movie about war in space.
I don't know.
War in space. Joey, what was the first R-rated movie you watched?
The first R-rated movie I watched was The Blair Witch Project.
Oh, that's a great one.
So
that's a good one.
That's continuing on that.
It's called Starship Troopers, everybody. And
there we go.
You're close.
Yeah. And I was terrified. So my parents kind of were the same with like, I didn't have like a ton of rules. I had like really weird rules of like, I wasn't allowed to say like stupid. My mom like hated the word for some reason. So we had to come up with alternatives for it. But she didn't care about movies.
What were the alternatives?
I don't even remember what they were at the time. I would have to like text my best friend.
So you're saying stupid was a forbidden word?
Yeah, but she didn't care if I said damn or anything like that, which was
idiot.
Like, yeah, she didn't care about that. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's very selective.
Yeah,
I know. So she took me to go see it in theaters, and my dad was out of town on a business trip, so it was just her and I was terrified because that was before any like real found footage movies had come out.
Yeah, it was a really like breakthrough movie in horror films. I think.
And nobody knew. Like the way that the marketing worked, nobody knew if it was real or not, or like what the deal was. So,
I vividly remember the marketing strategy more than I remember the actual movie.
I mean, I remember people thought it was real.
Yeah. But like people, like we didn't have Twitter back then. Like people, what a good era.
Similar to like Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
People were saying it was real at first.
Yeah.
I think I left actually the theater with my sorority, and one girl said, "Wait, how do you guys think they found the footage?" And we were all like,
"That's adorable."
Oh,
that's adorable.
No,
like,
it's not real.
You're like, oh, honey. Speaking of marketing around movies, the trailer for Hereditary is my favorite thing because it is a good trailer. You off in so many, like it's red herrings all over.
Yep, 100%.
And that made me enjoy the movie so much more because they showcase like a certain character and then fucking shit happens and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, like that's not a main character at all.
No, holy shit. And when that happens in the movie theater, you're like, oh, all right, I'm in. Show me more.
Yeah.
So I wish all trailers were like that, just like misleading you.
Well, we were saying, I mean, this is totally unrelated to that, but trailers. We just saw Ocean's 8 last weekend, which is awesome.
Is it?
So
I'm
fun.
gonna go see it today, I think.
What?
I think I'm gonna go see it today.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Drunk movie seeing.
No, it's awesome. But the trailer, I mean, I'm in, like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Bunch of women in a heist movie, like that's a Gia movie. But Tim was like, ugh, I had really low expectations because every joke they put in the trailer was like just kind of fell flat. But when you see it in the context of the movie, it's like it's not supposed to be a funny movie. It's supposed to be like a fun movie,
but not necessarily funny.
Yeah, and so they like privileged these moments that were like seemed like they were supposed to be jokes that like didn't really land in the trailer, and then it was like totally different in the context of the movie where there was like a momentum and a rhythm and there was like an energy and the soundtrack is amazing.
I gotta go see it. The movie I really want to see is Sorry to Bother You.
What is that?
The previews?
Oh, yes, I have. It's the calling center guy, right? Oh, that looks really good.
Oh, wait. I did see that trailer. That looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really fun and different.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, yeah. To follow up, though, the topic, which is the first R-rated movie, I was going to say, so when I was in college, though, my mom decided to buy thank you, Joey.
Oh, he got rosé champagne.
Yeah. I guess it's the only core value he found. The Postmates guy. Postmates, hit or miss.
I know. It's not
always
it'll
do the trick,
best.
but...
I mean, I did the most complicated order of like, I need 6 ramekins for creme brulee. And the guy...
You Postmated 6 ramekins?
I was behind schedule.
Ramekins?
You know the
little...
ceramic...
You can bake individual like souffles in them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but the guy... I was his fucking nightmare because that's the most specific cooking item that
is hilarious.
You had to go to like a Sur La Table or something.
I sent him to Target, which like they have ramekins. I sent him like the product code on the internet and a screenshot of the thing, and he brought. Ooh, sorry, I got startled. He brought back like 4 plastic cereal bowls, and I was like,
cereal bowls.
What? Like, what couldn't you? What? And it took him an hour. And the only reason why I was Postmating is because I was making like this really elaborate dinner, and I in my schedule I kind of
you couldn't walk away from the oven. Yeah.
No. Thank you.
So what were you making in your ramekins that had to be in
creme
cereal
brulee?
Bowls? Oh, creme brulee.
So I couldn't
play with fire.
I couldn't bake.
No.
The plastic cereal bowls. So
thank you.
The creme brulee didn't happen.
Yeah. Thank
you.
you.
Ooh. Oh, it's like a cool little sunset.
Yeah, I love
color.
It's pretty.
Now that we've mixed the really nice champagne with the not so nice champagne.
I'm getting my...
No, the other one was
Shandong, but it's fine. I'm picking up my next shipment in 2 weeks. I made exactly, for those who know, that those were the 2 sounds, the 2 notes of the Montreal Metro that I made by accident.
Do it again?
It's actually 4 notes. It's like doo doo doo.
Oh,
it's cool. 3 notes. Yeah.
I listened to This American Life episode about this woman who, she's, I guess, a voice actress, but she's pretty prolific in the sense that she's in like most subway centers, like and stations. And so she'll go to airports and stuff and like be like, oh yeah, I did Detroit's airport or whatever. And then like she's like everywhere and she hears her voice.
That's funny.
Whenever she travels.
So weird.
I know, isn't that weird?
So,
so I was going to say,
God, we're like,
so when I was, I know we're
all over the place.
So when I was in college, my mom's like, I'm going to buy a cabin. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so she buys this cabin like an hour and a half away from where we live, somewhere in Julian, in down south in SoCal. And she takes me there, and it's this tiny, creepy cabin that's freezing the second you walk inside of it.
And it's like in the shade, or
it's just the house inside of it is freezing.
Oh.
It's just cold.
There's definitely
it's a cold
ghosts
house,
there.
even. And then I walk outside and I see like unmistakably like handmade crosses, and I'm like, "What's that, Mom?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a pet cemetery." The woman here has lived here for generations, and she buried all of her pets there. There's like 5 horses.
Paul, I think
like,
you're in a horror movie.
Yeah,
you're like, I think you're in a sequel.
It gets worse. So then I'm like, oh God, like, oh. And then my mom's like, oh, and guess what? If you go a few miles this way, check out what you find. And so we start walking down there.
She doesn't even tell you. She's
Nope.
like, let's go
And we get
investigate.
there, and there's this fenced off area and a sign that says, you are cursed if you enter. and inside is like a straight up graveyard, and it's an Indian burial ground.
What the fuck?
It's a legitimate Indian burial
was your
ground.
I think you're on a movie set.
And
I really do. I think you're on a
like,
film set.
Mom, and she's like, yeah, and there's like this ranger. He's like the only other person that lives here. And,
Your mom is punking you.
And
No, she's fucking with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen it in the years since. It's real. And I've seen the ranger too. And he said, and she's like, he tells me to stop poking around in here because he says he just got those spirits to go back to sleep.
How is your mom like not?
I don't know.
Not
And
possessed.
every single time I visit her, she's like, "You want to go up to the cabin?" And I'm
Wait,
like,
no, so you bought it?
"No."
She bought it?
Oh, she bought it. It's there. Every time she goes
Let's
up there,
go.
she
Let's go.
carts up her farm animals. She carts up her goats and all this stuff. And
I got a proton pack in my house. I'm just saying.
So there's goats and there's a haunted cabin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm
Let's
totally
go.
My mom
in.
has like 8 goats.
I am
She
a firm
loves
believer
goats.
that like most goats are probably pretty friendly.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
I have a list.
I don't
Goats
know.
too. Goats stand
I
out.
cannot
Yeah.
sleep there. Like nothing's ever happened to me there, but I cannot sleep.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Instead of
and
glamping.
there's
can
also
glamp or
a
you
curse.
can-
There's a curse on the land as
Or
well.
when I was like,
Yeah.
I was drunk and talking about how cool it would be to do mushrooms for the first time, and
Sure.
let's just go.
I remember that.
Let's go there.
Jen, I cannot think of a worse time to do shrooms
You would trip
for
out.
the first time, except in a haunted cabin.
I would dig up some pets. Probably, you would find me crouched in the dirt.
I feel like we just find you like petting some sort of
dead
gravestone or like.
Oh God, no. I'd be like,
do it.
I'm out. I'm driving away.
You're like the person who survives in a horror movie.
Yeah, you would. You would
I'm
leave
the first
before
one to die.
shit went down.
No. I don't know. I might. I'm careful.
That's
but-
an interesting topic. That's my topic now. What do you think your rank of survival is in a horror movie?
For some reason, I feel like we did this last time.
Did we?
Or
I don't think so.
it was something like
You,
that.
well, Jen, you said once like I can survive in
Oh,
the
so
in
we
the
talked
who
about
would
wilderness
live the
survival.
longest,
forever.
maybe, or something.
Yeah.
Like survive. Okay, in a horror movie, I think I'd go first.
Yeah,
Me too.
I feel like
I
I'd
would
like
go
pull out the
first.
Ouija board and be like, let's try to communicate.
Yeah, I would be.
And it would be
all
a
about
bad
it.
idea.
Yeah.
Also, if you add context to it, do you know you're in a horror movie? Because if I knew, oh man, I would just do the craziest shit and like try to get to the bad guy immediately and then die. I would die first too. In a horror movie, like
Yeah.
generally speaking.
If anyone survives in the horror movie, they're usually like fucked up for life.
Yeah.
So I don't really think many people win.
No,
in horror
yeah,
movies
yeah, no one
anyway.
wins. No
I
one
wouldn't
wins.
want to be the last one standing.
No,
I think.
no, because everybody's dead, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh. Was I not picked? It's like being
I
last.
feel like Kevin logically would be the
Kevin
last
would
one standing,
probably
but I
live.
feel
No,
like he
Kevin-
would probably
Kevin
die
would be
first
the
because
secret villain.
Ooh.
Kevin, there would always be this massive story twist,
Yeah.
and he'd be
And that
killing
Kevin's
people.
like the funny guy the whole time,
Yeah.
and then he's
Yeah.
like, actually.
Well, I just think he's so resourceful that we would all be like, oh, we're fine if Kevin's here. Like, we're chill. Kevin will handle it. And then Kevin dies and we're like, we're fucked.
No, I think he
Yeah.
kills
Like, I feel
everybody.
like that's the plot line. Do you know what I mean?
I 1,000% agree.
Yeah. Like,
Kevin definitely would make us all rely on him.
Yeah.
yeah.
for
And then
sure.
he
Like,
would,
we'd
and then
all
he would
rely on
clearly
him
plot
to-
wise, he would have to get
yeah,
killed.
or
so that we
murder
felt
us.
vulnerable.
He's a murderer. He's definitely the murderer.
I don't see him as the murderer.
Oh, again.
Yeah, Kevin could never do that.
No.
I always called him the.
He's
what
too
was his name?
pragmatic. Like, what? Why would he be murdering us?
Maybe he's gone crazy.
Also, Kevin is the hero. He would want to be the hero.
But
Yep.
he's so smart that he could find out a way to kill someone
He
without
is really
no one finding
smart.
out.
Yeah.
I also think that Kevin would try and convince us that he knew more about this murdering situation than he did, just to fuck with like Tim specifically.
Dude. I
it
think
would work.
Tim
Yeah, it
has
100%
such an
would work.
aversion to like, obviously he loves Kevin, but like to the physical being that is Kevin. Like he doesn't want to sit, like he
He
purposefully.
likes the spirit of Kevin.
Yeah, the spirit of Kevin. He likes maybe texting with Kevin. But if we were like in a movie theater, like, you know, sitting on a bench, he does not want to be next to Kevin. He wants like.
Well, to be
but I
fair,
could see
Kevin
him just
is
like
a
hugging
buffer.
Kevin like for dear life in a horror movie. Could you imagine?
Oh my god!
Just being like,
you
Kevin,
know
don't
that's
leave
shit's
me.
bad.
Yeah.
Shit's bad.
Shit's bad
Tim
if
is
Tim is
touching.
like willingly hugging Kevin.
It's because Tim's entire life, his
Yeah.
literally entire life, Kevin's been like, hey, Tim, do you want to go eat? Oh, wait, actually, though, before we go eat, let's go and do these 12 other things.
Yeah, so
that
many errands.
I gotta do. You know, we gotta move this couch from here to here. Then we have to like get the couch fixed here. Then we have to bring it to my mom's house to see if it fits in this specific space
So, like,
for
is-
the couch. And then if it doesn't fit, then we're gonna take it here.
So is Tim
Like,
in a constant like annoyed state at
Well,
Kevin?
so I
he's just
joke with
constantly wary of what Kevin's trying to get him to do.
anytime I ask Tim to do something, I say like, sorry I'm being a Kevin, but could you to be fair, like Kevin also does a lot of shit for Tim.
Oh,
He
man.
does.
everything.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Like he helped us get our Christmas tree. And then
Yeah.
he went to get you flowers. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, that does sound like him.
That's
Yeah.
quintessential
Yeah.
Kevin.
I wonder what Greg would do in a horror movie. He would be terrifying. He would be Jason. Like
Wait, why is everyone a villain?
Yeah, why do you
Why
think
are
they're
you
all
I'm
gonna
very
kill you?
skeptical of everybody.
Very
I question
distrustful.
everybody's motivations. Also, like, in what realm would we find ourselves in a horror movie? With
I
those
feel like
guys?
actually Greg would survive. I think he would be last one standing because he's probably the scaredest.
Yeah.
He's probably not venturing out to make poor decisions.
Yeah.
He's just hiding in.
He's
one
hiding.
bedroom.
He'll have a great like ending monologue about how, you know what I mean? Like I could see him being the hero.
I don't know. I could
sort
see
of.
Greg being one of the first to go though, just because
Yeah.
he is such a good person. Like
Yeah.
he wouldn't leave
Oh, the-
anyone behind. You know?
Oh, yeah.
He would
That's
just,
true.
No,
That's
that's
true. He
true.
would sacrifice.
No,
yeah,
he would
sacrifice.
die because he would die trying to save Portillo.
Ooh, Portillo would for sure be the last one.
Yeah,
standing.
Portillo would survive.
It would be Greg and it'd be down
Portillo
to those
would
two.
just be survive and he'd just be sitting there shaking. And
No,
that would be
and
the
the
last shot of
movie,
the
the
film.
movie would end on like a dramatic zoom into his one side-looking eye. It's like, and then it shuts down. The
I
movie
kind
ends.
of,
Yeah, I like it.
I kind of feel like Andy would be the first one
Oh,
dead
we forgot about Andy.
because he's just such the jokester. Like
the funny
I feel
guy
like
does
you
die
need-
first.
You,
usually,
don't you
yeah.
need to keep the funny guy for a little bit? Like
A little bit.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
you-
content.
Yeah,
Do you,
you
guys
have
ever
like
see Cabin in the Woods?
yeah,
I
Yeah,
love
that's
that
a
movie.
great
good.
movie.
That's
So
great
good.
commentary on all of this.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
think it's like the young ingenue, which would probably be the three of us.
Yeah.
They die first, then the funny guy.
I would die because I misunderstood like some
speak
orders.
English.
I'm like,
some
oh,
important
no.
direction.
Yeah.
Oh, you said go that way?
Yeah, exactly. Like we're all crouching, and Greg says we're gonna go that way and then do that thing, and I'm gonna be like, and then I do the opposite.
Yeah.
because I'm like, fuck me, I didn't understand anything.
Yeah. I could see myself being like that too.
Greg would just disappear into the night and
Oh
outlive
yeah,
everyone.
Cool Greg would be one of those
Greg
people
would
who
vanish in the beginning of the film and then come back at the
Yeah.
end.
No,
Yeah.
it's so true. And you would think if you were watching the movie, you would think like, oh, Cool Greg's obviously the bad guy, like the villain, because he was there and then all the
Yeah.
shit happened and he was gone. And then at the end, he would just be like chilling on Bayshore Avenue
Yeah.
or like whatever he does.
Hurry walks back in and he's like, sup, I got some beer.
Joey's laughing because she knows Bayshore Avenue, but it's like it's a bunch of warehouses. Like there's nothing to do, and like Cool Greg always seems to be like within a vicinity of Bayshore Avenue.
Like maybe that's his spawning point.
I think there's like a skate park or
Like in
something.
video
And
games.
like one time he came
No one
from
got
Bayshore
that.
Avenue and he was like, oh yeah, I was nearby because of the skate park. And I was like, oh, where's your skateboard? He wasn't skating.
He was just at a skate
He was
park.
just hanging out.
Cool Greg is like
Cool Greg is one of my favorite people.
He's
I
so good.
love
the
him.
So
NPC
good.
of Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
I love it. No, but he contributes a lot.
He does.
Yeah, oh no, for sure.
He's very good at what
Yeah,
he does.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure he would be
Actually,
absolved
I mean,
of anything.
everyone's extremely good at what they do because it wouldn't work without everyone.
exactly.
Honestly.
That's
I
Yeah.
still don't understand to this day how but they maintain this afloat.
I know it's so much work. It's crazy.
They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
constantly working.
Yeah. Tim's working right now.
He
Yeah.
is. It's Kind of Funny prom.
I did
Kind of
laugh
fun.
when Tim came up. I was like, I wonder why Tim's here. And then I saw him toting all of these boxes of LaCroix out. I was like, oh, this makes sense.
He hasn't
now.
slept in like 3 days.
Provisions. Yeah. It's like if I'm gonna work for like 36 hours straight, I need like 100 LaCroix.
He does the math like really.
Hey, it's better than 100 Coke. Cokes,
It used to
yeah.
be Coke.
Yeah.
And even coffee, even black coffee, I got nervous how much she was
Yeah.
drinking during
Oh
summer.
yeah, I
Kind
mean
of
it's
Funny
not
Lives.
great for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I mean I think even I drink way too much coffee, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't anymore. After 2, I feel like I'm dying.
I'm
Really?
Yeah. Mostly tea now.
That's
Coffee
good.
is a special treat for me
Yeah.
that I do like socially if someone asks me for coffee, but I don't have like a habit.
I drink black coffee every morning. I'm bad.
I get heart
know.
palpitations after 1.5 coffees.
Oh.
Yeah.
I went to my first American doctor appointment.
How was that?
It was so easy, shockingly. Well, it was hard to book. That's not true. I went to get my pap test.
Yeah.
This spring, like in March, but that was like my checkup thing, and I booked it through One Medical because it's like right next to my house, and I'm like, why not?
You're on Greg's insurance. Yeah.
And it was easy. And the girl like has a French roommate, so she understands my weird thought processing and like my weird French medical terms. Because like half my family is in the medical field, so I know the healthcare system and like problems, like family problems really well. And so I'm like, I'm gonna say this in French really slowly. If you understand, let me know. And she's like, well, it's fine because most medical terms come from the same Latin French, so she understands me really well. And back to coffee. Like for the longest time.
Wait, can we go back to the gyno appointment for a second?
Yeah.
Are you guys on birth control? The pill. Do you guys know about the pill club?
No.
What's this?
Okay. Wait, does anyone have Kaiser? Because it doesn't work with Kaiser.
I do.
No.
Okay. You are not eligible.
Oh,
it
all
is.
right.
Sorry, I had Kaiser, so
Rejected.
it wasn't
Like that.
Yeah. But I had Kaiser until I just switched jobs, so my insurance has changed, so now I can use it. But it's basically like an online pharmacy that's very cool, and it's just for birth control pill and Plan B and some other.
They have like all the.
I think you can get specific if you have a specific brand that you like. It's almost always, depending on your insurance, free of cost.
Ooh.
And they mail it to you monthly, and they give you like a little goodie bag.
Oh.
It's like a box of the month.
Oh.
But and I only know about this. Well, a girlfriend of mine uses it, and she mentioned it to me. But then my company Cora is partnering with them. Like we're gonna put some samples in their boxes.
Oh, that's cool.
So when I realized my insurance worked, I signed up. And they're like a hip pharmacy that's all virtual, and they give you like they'll send my girlfriend gets this, so she was like showing me they send like lube and like fun sort of like
that's
you know
great.
like cool sex products and related, and they're all just like either free samples or like at cost. Like
I'm
you don't have to
gonna
pay.
check it out because I thought it was the weirdest thing. I've been like on the same brand of pills, and like my sister is gonna roll her eyes like fucking crazy right now because it doesn't matter. But in Canada, I've been on the same brand forever, which doesn't matter like for generics or regular.
Usually
brands.
it doesn't. I mean,
And here I went to get my prescription, and they showed me this list of generics, and they're like, cool, well, in function of the cost every month, we're gonna switch you up to this one or this one. And I'm like, I know it's not different, like, and I know the chemicals are the same and the doses are the same, but it still kind of bothers me.
for the most part, like generics, it's all just weird proprietary. Like it has nothing to do with
the same thing.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
But
My
I know
sister-
people who are brand loyal, and switching like hormones is scary. So like I get it.
I don't want to fuck with it, but
Yeah.
like my sister, like, and she's a fantastic pharmacist. She tells those stories about people, like it's like the placebo effect, right? When you change something that you've been taking for years,
Yeah.
Sure.
it could be like the shape of the pill or the colorant they put in there, coloring. People loses their minds because they're like, this is going to affect the treatment.
Yeah,
and she's like, no,
absolutely.
it's not. But then people think about it hard and long enough that it starts to
They're
fuck
like,
with them.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that.
So
Not
are
that I'm
you're
crazy.
still doing?
I still got the same generic they gave me 3 months ago. So, but I
you
feel
are
like-
using the generic then.
yeah,
Okay.
which is fine. Like I'm trying to like channel my sister.
I mean, a lot of times they don't even tell you that they're switching. You.
No,
Like, so it's
exactly.
like there might be months that you've
Yeah.
used generic and you didn't even realize it. I don't know how much. Unless you see the packaging.
I see the
Yeah.
packaging. Yeah. Also, like my packaging right now looks like a Pop-Tart, which is super weird. It's like a packet. Like it's a box with 3 individual packets in it, like a Pop-Tart packaging. And then I open it and it's not a Pop-Tart.
That's sad.
That's weird. But I'll sign up for the thing. It's interesting. I
Yeah,
like
if
that.
it works for your insurance, it's like
Yeah.
it's for the most part free.
Yeah.
So it may as well.
So my pap test was fine.
Yay!
I made eye contact with the lady the whole way through, and that really fucked with me. I was like, we were talking. She was like, what's the word?
Penetrated?
No, yeah, no, like they're scratching. So essentially, pap
oh.
test, they're like scraping the inside
scraping.
of your.
It's very gentle.
This is what happens,
Sometimes
guys that are watching this.
Yeah.
Really sorry that.
Vaginas are like weird, but they're great. But also they're like we go through.
There's a
some
lot
shit.
of maintenance.
Yeah.
Well, there's like a lot. I feel like the difference between men and women is that like women, it's all internal.
Yeah.
So like you don't actually really see what's going
Yeah.
on unless you're really diligent about like using a mirror and like.
Yeah,
know.
but like, who does that?
No,
You're
I mean
like,
not
let me
frequently.
squat
Yeah,
over this
sometimes
mirror.
you kind of know, but no, but like with men, it's like it's all out there.
Yeah.
So
So
you're
you
kind of aware
notice,
of
yeah.
the anatomy a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
So we have to be extremely careful. Did you get the vaccine for
HPV?
Yeah,
yes.
I missed out on that. I'm super bummed. I can still do it, but it's like super expensive.
Also,
But
like,
I'm married now,
Once
like,
you're
I'm-
sexually active, it's almost not even effective at all.
Yeah.
So you should get it as
Yeah.
a adolescent.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joey, did we get the guys' results?
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, you're not.
Oh,
on
you
our
don't want to talk
Slack.
about vaginas.
That's right.
I wanted to talk about vaginas.
I was just gonna be like, oh yeah, they slacked it to us. None of you are on our Slack. I'm gonna put it in our group text.
But yeah, I wanted to.
I'm checking with Tim now too. 'Cause He, said
He
was-
sent his in too.
Oh, he did? Cool.
Awesome. But back to doctors. Yeah, it was shockingly easy, and she was the greatest. And back to coffee, because that was my initial link. We went really far up there.
Super turbo speed.
I forever thought so. There's like this a family history in my on my mom's side of enlarged heart, and so I had to take an ECG, like echocardio something gram. I don't know. And I thought that was related because like getting heart palpitations when you drink coffee fucking sucks. Turns out I have nothing. It's just anxiety.
Oh, that's really scary though.
Yeah.
I mean, anything where your heart's beating fast.
Or like your chest is tight.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
get that
like,
with coffee too.
I struggle to breathe. No, she's like, it's just anxiety.
And it's pretty standard to have.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely the correlation between coffee and I know a lot of people have stopped drinking it because they
Yeah.
have.
It's definitely not great for you.
No, and it's
Yeah.
also like hormonally. Like sometimes of the month you might feel more affected by coffee
Yeah.
than others. Like it's just the way you.
Oh, it gives me like weird face twitches.
Yeah.
And I'm like here, sometimes I get my eye, it just goes crazy. And I'm like,
Oh, I've had that
okay,
before too.
It sucks.
All right, should we
Yeah.
share?
Got the
Okay,
guys'
so
results.
Oh, it's on Slack? Oh, you sent the screenshot.
yeah, Joey just okay. So
Hell
let's
yeah,
see.
I know my husband really well.
Well, you know what's
Yee.
funny is Greg is like, other than gifts, is almost perfectly divided
Aligns.
between the four.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So
but also
It's like he thinks all of them matter except for
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, as long as you don't give me gifts, I'm good. Do it
I
all.
love him so much. So Greg's score is tied top 3: physical touch, quality time, and words of affirmation.
And but trailing right behind it is acts of service.
Yeah.
Like almost equal.
which I don't do that much. No, I cook a lot for
you cook a
him.
lot. That
Yeah.
totally counts.
But I suck at like housekeeping.
Me
Okay.
too. I'm awful. I'd probably live in like a pigsty if I didn't live with Kevin, honestly. I'm so dirty.
Okay, Tim.
Your place always looks good. It's
Yeah,
Kevin.
it's because
Kevin.
I mean, I clean, but it's because Kevin
because you live with
cares.
Kevin. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Tim's is active service
Just like you.
and quality time equal. Words of affirmation must be like right there, and then physical touch. I'm shocked that it's so high because he hates to be touched.
Oh yeah.
I think that's just because he's with me and he knows that's important. And then 0 at receiving gifts. Kevin.
Kevin's tied between acts of service and physical touch, which I feel like that's what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 is quality time, 3 words of affirmation, 2 for receiving gifts.
I'm surprised that he is so low with words of affirmation for himself because
Yeah.
he definitely is very generous with them with you.
I don't know. I mean, acts of service, I could be wrong, but I feel like acts of service is kind of similar to words of affirmation a little bit. Like, I don't know. I might be wrong, but like,
There's so many
I mean,
overlaps. Like
I
the
think-
quality time I feel like is encompassing of
I think
almost
also
all of them.
acts of service
Yeah.
is like to Kevin is like when he loves to never be alone when he does things. Like
Yeah.
he likes to like whenever he has to run errands, whenever he has to go anywhere, whenever he wants to see a movie, he like always wants like someone with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it means a lot to him if like I'm there with him, you know. So I think
Right.
that's what he means. I think that's what he was probably thinking of when he answered that.
I love Greg so much. Have you seen? Oh my God. I'm sorry. He's so perfect. We're so perfectly aligned.
It feels good. It's validated.
Yeah.
It's a validated score.
I do have to do more acts of service though. But I feel I'm good. I'm good. It's just like he does so much for me.
But isn't it nice to sort of like get the like sort of this tangible, measurable reminder of like, oh, this is valuable to him. Like step up your game. Like just even a little.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of nice. Yeah. Or it's just like pat yourself on the back because you're killing it.
Yeah. You're killing it.
Yeah, seems like it.
I do a lot of acts of service. Yeah. Not in a dirty way. Why did everyone laugh?
Yeah, she does. Oh, girl. No, but especially during like KF prom or like all the kind of funny lives, like you are
he worked so hard.
You're grounding him and you're like giving him this only social interaction for 3 months.
It's true. It's true.
Oh man. What's an exciting quality time activity you would like to do with Tim, like in the short term? Is there like once prom's over?
Well, the problem is that like I would really love to do like a weekend trip to Napa because I'm really into wine and like that would be sort of.
Why haven't we been together?
Yeah,
Great
I have
question.
that same
Yeah.
question.
What the
See,
fuck?
my real answer was that I'd rather do it with you guys because Tim hates to travel and he'd rather sleep. Like Tim would love a staycation.
Yeah.
And what I don't like about that is then he'll sleep for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Like I don't get any quality time from that.
Yeah.
But he gets really a reset and a refresh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should do it.
Oh my god. When's her birthday?
I would go.
My birthday just passed.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mine passed a little while ago too.
Damn it.
But we could just.
And
We
yours
could just
passed
do it.
also.
Yeah.
Joey, when's your birthday?
It's not till Christmas.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
We
you're
could
in
just
Noel.
like go
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
we
let's
don't
just
need
go.
a birthday.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
My
When
half
does
birthday.
Jen have
no.
to pick up her next Chandon?
So
Oh.
my best friend from Canada is coming in 2 weeks, so we should go all together.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Plus
Who's your best friend?
So it's a story.
Okay.
We stopped talking for a couple years when I moved to Montreal.
Oh, I think I've heard this story.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were
that
very
sounds
fusional.
familiar.
I don't think you know that we got back together. Like literally, like a
that's why
relationship.
I was like, I don't think I've heard you talk
it's
about a best
very
friend.
re-
You
recent.
talked to us right before you were about to go
Yeah.
see her.
Yeah, okay.
because it gave me
yeah.
a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
So how did that go?
So well, like
good.
just naturally. I think also because we're in two different places now. Like we used to be, when we met, we were in a very problematic phase mutually in our lives, right? And so we bonded with each other. What happened?
What?
There was a glitch.
Oh.
We bonded so tightly, like we moved in the same apartment building and we were constantly together and we were just dealing with awful shit in our lives. And so we were leaning against one another. And then when I got the job offer at Square Enix and I was like, I gotta go.
She felt like kind of deserted or something.
And it was like a breakup, right? Because we were mutually supporting each other to a level that was not healthy. But back then we needed it. Like we really mutually needed each other.
yeah.
My mom once asked me if we were together because she was like, you guys really seem to love each other. And I'm like, we do, but not in that way.
We kind of are. I mean,
Yeah.
for how many of the love languages were you sharing?
right.
Were you hitting all
yeah.
5? Then maybe.
Yeah, we were hitting all 5. But yeah, it was a very fusional relationship. And then when I moved, like we drifted apart, and then there was this kind of moment that like there was a small crisis happening of like, we're not talking to each other, and then there's a lot of buildup, and then there's like a clear moment where it's like, okay, this is too much and we need to back out. And so we didn't talk for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And then recently, it's something as stupid as somebody tagging us like on one thing on social media.
Yeah.
And then me being like, I'm just going to write her an email and be like, that was funny, because everybody knows we weren't talking except the guy who posted it.
Of course.
And so in the comments, it's just a bunch of awkward GIFs. Like, like Britney Spears, you know, that fucking amazing awkward GIFs that she's like,
Yeah.
and so like 5 people did the same thing with different gifts, and I'm like, oh, that was funny. And she's like, let's just talk. And so we called each other. We started drinking on FaceTime and just went through all the shit that had happened and
So
stuff.
you really like worked through things as opposed.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Wow.
it's better to just like after 3 years be like, you know what?
So that's
bygones
where-
be bygones.
That's
water
where
under the
I
bridge.
was. I'm like, look, if we handled it this way, maybe we shouldn't be friends. And so in my mind, I had moved on.
Right. Like you didn't need to process it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But then, like, I had never met another person who I shared such a deep friendship with ever again. So I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, I'll give it a shot. And if it doesn't work, whatever. I'll have tried one last time. And so when we talked, it was just the most genuine. Here's my side of the story. And she gave me her side of the story. And we shared like stuff we didn't know that was going on in parallel back then. And so that enlightened a lot of issues and like stuff that we hadn't talked about. And it was great in the end. Like we talked on the phone for like 2 hours, 3 hours. It was awesome. And then we started just texting again randomly. And I went to see her in January for the first time, and we were like children. It was so weird. Of like when when your best friend's mom drops you off.
Yeah.
Or like
or picks you up.
Yeah, picks you up. And you're like giddy in the window. We were like that, and Greg witnessed it. And it was so weird, and I was not emotionally prepared for it. But it went well. And so I went back in March, and I went back 2 weeks ago. And now it's just cool. Like we talk once in a while. We're not as intense as we were before, which I think is so much better. But it's good to know that we're in the same place now. Like she's got her house with her boyfriend, and she has like this amazing garden, and like she just quit her job to do something bigger that's coming shortly. She's an amazing artist. And I'm also elsewhere. I have my own company, and I got married, and like I think we have our own separate lives now, which makes it so much easier.
You're not as entwined. And like your success isn't her success and vice versa.
Exactly.
And
so
just like less pressure.
Yeah. So she's coming over for a week. And so we should go to Napa together.
Oh,
yeah.
I'd
be down.
Go.
Oh, you will love her. She's just amazing. She's so funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that friendships are as complicated or more complicated than relationships.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
because they're like your
the rules
pillar.
The
not
rules
as clear.
are you're right. And it's like some people have different definitions of rules than others.
And like I think there's such intense intimacy, obviously, with friendships and relationships, but I feel more comfortable with Tim saying like, I need this from you.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm not getting this, or like, here's my needs right now.
And friends are like, ooh.
And friends, I like never feel like it's appropriate for me to really demand anything from them.
No.
And so it's just more complicated, and it's harder to like have your needs met or feel heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also you can't expect to be like, oh, I feel like I'm attention deprived.
Yeah.
Please. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
And I've had friends do that, and I'm like,
yeah.
Ooh.
And that's how
we have different.
Yeah.
We envision this friendship very differently.
Yeah, that's how she and I were
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So, which is like, it was way more akin to a relationship than a friendship.
Also, I think friendships have more of a tendency, or maybe it's just me, have more of a tendency to avoid problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because it's like, oh, they did this that kind of bugged me, but oh well.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to a relationship, you like that would be defined as unhealthy, right?
Yeah.
But like,
no, you have to like talk about it.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I wonder why. I don't know. Like friendships, I
because
feel
you don't feel as entitled with your friends. Like
also,
you don't.
there's not as much of a commitment.
But they probably
like,
deserve the same attention at or communication level, don't they?
Well, yeah, but
I mean, it becomes different when you get older and you get married, or you meet the significant other that you're like, committed to or are going to marry. Like they do come first.
Yeah.
Because I remember in high school, it would always be like, your friend should come before your boyfriend, but it's not necessarily
which is so weird.
True when you get older.
Bros before hoes.
Yeah.
What's the girls one?
Chicks before dicks.
Chicks before dicks. I was gonna say guys before fries before guys.
I mean, that's another like.
I have a sweater that says that.
I feel like that's a really powerful message.
Gals
It is a powerful
before.
message.
Yeah. Fries before gals before.
I don't know.
No. Yeah, no, it's chicks before dicks. But that's not
Because guys don't necessarily follow that code.
Yeah.
It's kind like, I mean, just from the guys I've spoken to, it's more or less like, yeah, we get it. They start dating a girl.
Yeah.
No, wait,
chill.
I don't think that that's true universally. I was just having a conversation yesterday with some friends at a birthday party where...
Also, have you recently watched Can Hardly Wait? Because I did, and I was like, what the
movie.
fuck? It's
Can't
so
hardly
bad.
wait.
It is so
I used to
bad.
love that movie.
Yeah.
It's so
J-Love?
bad. Oh my God, there's like so many
what's
F
wrong?
words
What's
in
wrong
there.
with
Oh,
Can't
wait,
Hardly
I'm
Wait?
fine with F words.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
the wrong F
Oh,
word.
different one.
Not fine with that
bad
F word.
one.
You're right.
Oh.
That is true that's there.
And
I was
that.
like, you're such a prude, Jen. Like,
I've been saying fuck throughout this podcast.
I love Seth Green in that.
Oh
one.
man,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
awful.
So
oh,
funny.
I have not watched it that recently.
I thought he was so funny.
He's so
No, yeah,
cool,
he's great.
Greg. He's so cool, Greg.
No, but anyway, like I was having this conversation yesterday with someone who was saying that they were blaming this like girlfriend, partner of one of their friends because they never saw their friend anymore.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
weird.
honestly, it's probably your friend as well who is not prioritizing your friendship, and it may or may not have anything to do with the partner.
Yeah.
And it was this sort of villainizing of her, and I was like, it's a two-way street, and he's your friend. She's not your friend.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't owe you anything.
No.
You don't really know what's happening between them to
That's a good
cause
point.
that
Yeah.
drift. So I do think that you never know what's happening in relationships, other people's relationships.
You're right. It's very easy to make judgments, but it's very hard to know what's actually happening.
Yeah. That's true.
How should we transition to the next show?
I think we need to close this one out.
Yeah. Just close this one out.
Do we have a
Cool.
closing statement? I really like doing this. We should do it more often.
I know.
Well, we didn't really do the opening statements. There's not really a closing one.
Oh.
Should
we cheers one last time and end it on that?
Perfect.
I think we should do wait, do we have any more champagne?
Oh, let's do a shambong. Closing
We have a whole
shambong.
nother bottle. BRB.
Wait, did you get 2 bottles?
Yeah. Let's do a closing shambong.
Okay, I think that's how we.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm nervous about messing this up.
No,
you know
you're
what?
fine.
Oh my gosh! Wait, let me see your tattoo. I feel like
Oh yeah, I got a tattoo. That's another thing I did this year. I got my first tattoo. My sister got a sun and I got a moon because
I know I've seen you since you got it, but I feel
Yeah.
like maybe you've been wearing
I've
sweaters
seen
or something.
this manicure on Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah. White is like the color right now. My friend just got hers white too.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
pretty
wanted
Michelle,
to, wanted
the
a
most
neutral thing.
amazing girl of all time.
My friend Rochelle.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah,
I
she's
like
great.
her.
Oh
a
my
lot.
god.
Rochelle.
I
was
like how we
saying-
all like just met her and we like her so
No,
much.
I've known her since I was 3. But she was just telling me that Joey, she thinks you're wonderful and hilarious and wants to hang out. And she was like, "Can you set up like a play date?" And I was like, "After prom."
Instagram friends.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I followed her on Instagram too. Yeah,
we can
She's
all
great.
have a. It's not an exclusive play date.
Because I definitely have a crush on her.
She was talking about how she got a mani-pedi yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's getting ready for prom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
she's working on her like bikini contest.
She's doing like one of those bodybuilder competitions.
Oh
I got
wow,
one for you.
awesome.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's not doing the thing. All right.
I don't know how.
So-
I don't know how to do this.
You put your thumb on the thing so that it doesn't leak out.
Okay.
Do the thing. Joey,
Everyone do the thing.
I'm gonna do everybody. Everybody.
Okay.
do
So
the
what's the
first.
rule if you like stop it halfway through? What happens?
You
It
just
spills.
and
It
you also
spills.
just like keep your
Just
thumb
do
on.
But if you
little
like
one, I
stop it with your thumb again, or
You
Oh yeah,
can-
I've done that before.
okay, cool.
Okay, that's
Hold on. And you gotta tilt it to remove the air that's up there. No more than that. I'm gonna try harder.
ooh. It's,
You have to try hard.
I don't know how to try hard. Wait, this is huge. Okay, I'm gonna spell for sure.
Hold on.
You just.
did this for the first time on my birthday, I think.
Oh
When
wait, we
did
were all
it.
together.
Yeah,
That was so fun.
That was really fun. Should give me a little bit less. I'm worried I'm gonna be bad at this.
No, you're fine.
Yeah,
You can
I feel
stop
like
it.
you gave me a lot.
No,
No, it's a normal pour.
it's gonna, when it settles down, maybe. I don't know.
No, Joey has
Oh, I
a
still have
lot.
like quite a bit of air. That's why I thought I poured it all out.
No, you gotta tilt it all the way.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
Can you grab
bubbles.
that?
Yeah.
Who was it? I think it was my friend Kim that like chugged hers before everyone else or something.
we made a video. All right. Oh my god.
Impressive.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Three.
yeah, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Oh.
Yes.
Closing
Cheers.
shambong.
Closing shambong.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Oh my
Thank
god, that's
you.
not fair. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
That was
All right.
Oh,
I spilled
You okay?
everywhere.
Oh no.
We're gonna be drunk in 5 minutes.
I know.
booby champagne, booby champagne, booby champagne.
Gosh, that like went in my nose.
My God.
Oh god, it's the best and the worst at the same time.
Oy.
Woo-wee.
Bye.
Bye.